The following stream contains mature content and subject matter. Viewer discretion is advised.
You don't even give me a countdown. Shocking. Welcome back to Blades in the Dark, and welcome back to City of Duskfall. I'm Tess, and I will be your game master for tonight's game as we delve back into a world of crime, heists, and dubious choices. And I'm joined, as I was the last couple of times, by my four wonderful players. I'll just let them introduce themselves before we get back into the game.
I'm Relyn Dare, also known as Mama McStabber on Twitch. I am playing Chris Raven Saval, the Slide of the Obsidian Syndicate.
And I am Caleb, also called Plaguewind. I am playing Wylus the Wolf Savoy, the Hound.
I am Stuart Davis, and I am playing Arden Mist Keel, who's the lurk for the group.
Hello, I am Morgan Amsel, and I'm Raven on Discord, but I play Lynthia Dalmore, the Whisperer.
So, welcome back. Welcome back to Duskfall, the haunted cities built on the ruins of an ancient cataclysm. The sun has burnt down to a dim ember, and the streets are lit only by the glow of candles and of ghosts. Ghosts which power the city's sparklight, and the fence that keeps it safe from the much more dangerous things that lurk in the world outside. Now, this city in darkness is a perfect haunt for those that like to live outside the law. For the hawkers of mist dust, the smugglers and bravos, like thieves that hide in the shadows. And across this city, the different crews and battle for territory, of competing to climb the ladder up from the lowest portions of the city to gain control and power over their rivals. And in the night market, the Wraiths were once the supreme rulers of the night there. They were the crew you would go to if you wanted something taken swiftly and efficiently. But the Wraiths have had a little change of fate recently, as a new crew has arisen. They have got the second in command of the Wraiths arrested. They have caused an ungodly amount of havoc. They have stolen multiple eldritch artifacts from very dangerous people. And generally caused some havoc so far in the brief time they've been around. They are the Obsidian Syndicate. They operate out of this little basement underneath Rigny's tea shop. And so far they're a small player in a big game, but I'm led to believe they've got grand plans. And about 2 weeks ago, they carried out a daring theft at the house of the Dimmer Sisters. On behalf of a mysterious veiled lady, they stole a ghostly artifact, they battled ghosts, and escaped with their lives and with the artifact. Now, 2 weeks have passed since then that have been, let's say, slightly less hectic, a bit of a chance for a breather, a bit of a chance to lay low for a little while and work on some long-term projects, pull up some leads, and prepare for whatever is coming next. So, the Obsidian Syndicate have gathered back down in the basement of Rigny's tea shop. The question is, what have you been doing with that time? How have you used your time off? And if anyone would like to go first, volunteer yourselves, otherwise I shall pick one of you.
Chris ended up trying to get some stress relief by enjoying some time on Eldrin Pritchard's pleasure barge known as the Silver Swan in the canals. She enjoyed herself with drinking, cavorting, and, well, some more carnal pleasures as well.
All right. So yeah. So have you been going here long? Is this a habitual?
She's
Visit,
she's
or-
been in Duskfall for a few years now, and basically from the point she started to collect some income in the city, she started going to the pleasure barge. So yes, she's a regular there.
A regular face.
Hmm. However, her face at this time is slightly different, but Eldrin knows her.
Yes. He looks at you and goes, "Ah, trying out a new look."
Of course. How do
Yeah.
you like it?
I say it suits you well. Well,
Thank you.
come in and enjoy yourself, man.
Always do.
And let's see. Right. I need you to roll me 2d6 and give me the lowest here, because you're rolling based on your lowest attribute rating.
That is a 3.
That is a 3. So you may remove 3 from your stress track there, which is a nice reduction, I think.
That brings me down to 1.
Yeah. So you feel
So much better.
a weight off your shoulder. You're ready to get your head back in the game.
Yes.
Yes.
And over the course of the time, because she probably spent a good day or two on the barge just enjoying herself. Once she did that, she would go about the city under disguise, of course, because certain individuals are looking for a certain noblewoman that has been missing in the city that she doesn't want recognized. So she basically went around and was working on drumming up some leads, doing some consorting and swaying. So she was working on her skills.
Yeah, okay, so you can tick one up in resolve there. I believe you're sort of, building up your contacts.
Mhm.
Yeah. Talking and honing your skills. Okay. So while Chris is off schmoozing and boozing, what have the rest of you been up to? Wireless. What have you been doing
Okay.
with your time?
Well, Wireless's first thing would have been after pretty much an adventure in a haunted house per se. It would have gone back, and his time-honored thing is, well, his new thing is huffing some gunpowder and chasing with some of Lynthia's whisper wine. The downside is what he's huffing now, gunpowder, is pretty much the last of his supply for de-stressing. So he will have to figure out where to get some more. And then after, let me roll. Should I roll for that now, or?
Well, let's see how much stress you can clear. I'd like to think that, gunpowder's fairly easy to get hold of. I'd almost say at this point that your vice purveyor might be Lynthia.
The whisper wine, yes. She's become one.
But so you get to roll me, I think, 1d6,
One.
and because you've got points in
2.
2, so you can tick 2 off your stress. You've de-stressed a bit, but yeah, you still. It was quite a haunted house, and to be honest, you're not sure the whisper wine
Probably helped.
really. Maybe
Probably
just
relived.
familiarity with ghosts. Like they flicker and a whisper at the corner of your vision.
Yeah, the whisper wine made him relive some of it. And then after that, him and Arden have been working on a project about the basement of the tea shop.
Right. So We'll come to that in a sec. Arden, before we get onto your, well, other than your project, is there anything else you'd like to be doing with your downtime?
De-stressing, because I'm just short of trauma.
Oh God, I missed
I'm
that.
literally I'm 2 dots short of ending up with mental trauma from stress.
Yeah, so you've had a hard time of it. You have.
Yes.
I think there's been ghosts. There's been high stakes deals. You've been living life
Sneaking
on
through
the
a
edge.
haunted house is what gave me 4 stress in one go.
Yes, it's ghosts, man.
Yes. So I'm going to do some de-stressing. It's a bit of a strange one because it's actually an obligation I have because I'm working with the Scotland refugees.
Yeah, so you are are you sort of helping out in a charitable way, or working on like with the sort of more militant like resistance sort of arm?
More the charity side of things.
More the charity side of
It's
things,
as
helping out.
because of the Unification War. I think there's a few reasons why Arden left near the end of that, and he feels obligated to help these out.
Okay, so I'd like you to roll me. I think you've not got any dots in resolve, have you? So that'll be
2
two,
dice.
2, and take the lowest for how much some charitable escapades help.
Well, I did get a 6, but the lowest was a 3.
Okay, but you can take 3 away from your stress track. Do you have any sort of particular contacts or friends you will be working with on this, or is it just more?
There is actually a particular group, isn't there, that works with the refugees. Sisters of something. I can't
yes.
remember their name.
I believe there is.
They're not based in the night market, but chances are I'm just helping them out with what they're doing here.
Yes, I will.
I can't remember
believe-
what they're called.
Expect me to remember. I think I know exactly who you mean, but I can't. We'll come back to their name when it becomes relevant in a moment.
We'll say the sisters.
The sisters. Let's call them the sisters and flesh it out later. Yeah, so you go over, using charitable works to help, reconnect yourself with the world and not all creepy ghost houses. But yeah, you return from your de-stressing to work on this project with Wireless.
Yep.
So, one or both of you, what is this project? What are you working on here?
We're basically upgrading the security of a hideout and possibly the tea shop a little bit at the same time, just improving locks. We're improving the mechanisms on the windows so it's harder to actually force them, and possibly putting a trap on the main sort of door locks. But the traps are quite straightforward in that it'll only activate if someone actually tries to mess with the tumblers inside, and if they press one which is a fake tumbler, it'll set off a trap. Nothing lethal, just something that'll put them off going any further.
Okay. Alright. So, for each of you working on that, pick me whatever action you're taking here, whatever you think is an appropriate one to go for.
It would probably be Tinker, to be fair, because it's mechanisms I'm working with.
Okay, give me a tinker roll here then.
And that is a 6.
Brilliant.
That's cool.
So that's
Actually the same one I rolled a 6 on before, so I'm keeping that one. Same dice,
Alright,
because I've
so-
got 5 different dice.
you're making pretty good progress on that. So that's bringing you through to this project is almost done. It just needs a little bit more work to do.
Cool.
Just that tiny little bit more. You're at 5 out of 6 on the clock here.
Cool.
So, in which case, it's Wireless. I'm going to let you roll here, and depending on what you get, this might have sort of an increased effect of security here.
I have wreck. I probably shouldn't use that. Not even tinker. We'll see.
You can always roll something you don't have. By
Oh, wow. 5. I rolled 2
5?
5s because I had no dice and tinker.
Brilliant. So,
Wow.
so not only you're going here for like locks with little like traps on them. Essentially, is this the main goal here? Is there anything you'd like to add? A bit of wireless flair to this.
Yeah, wireless is going to add something lethal. Maybe not all the traps, but something lethal.
Okay, what are we thinking here? Poison
Or wait, you know what? No.
needles?
Maybe not flat out lethal, but definitely injure.
Well,
Just
strangely
think-
enough, I'll just mention the trap I was thinking of, the one for our hideout, the main entrance. There's something called drown powder. It's a poison that makes the person affected feel as if they're drowning. It's very unpleasant, it's non-lethal, and until it's neutralized, they feel as if they're drowning. So that could be an option.
Yep, wireless. Let's just say he introduces whisper wine into that poison.
Okay. So let's just say it's going to be highly unpleasant for anyone who
Yep.
tries to break in and doesn't disarm your traps.
Wireless is a type, like, make sure no one's looking, and you, like, add some of the wine in.
Yeah, so I think we can consider your security upgraded. So yeah, you've got a more secure base, a more secure hideout. It's not going to be as easy for anyone to sneak into your little tea shop basement. And finally, Lynthia, how have you been spending your downtime?
Lynthia had to visit Lord Skurlock because he sells the mist dust that I need. So
Okay. So are you approaching this the same way you would... How would you normally approach this? And are you approaching it that way this time? Or going...
Yes. I have always just visited his front door, I suppose you would say. And then just I ask to buy some of the mist dust from whoever answers. It's usually a doorman, not necessarily him, but I know he's the person who always has it, so that's why I'm going to him instead of searching elsewhere.
Okay. Before we do the roll for ice, if you like, I'm just going to ask you to make me just roll me 1d6. Let's count this as a fortune roll here, because
Okay.
you have
4.
prayer at 4. So you knock at the door. You arrive and you see a familiar servant who answers. Gives you a brusque nod. Then he looks you over and goes, you were here. You came the night of the party. You were after missed us then.
There was a party?
Yeah, you threw up in a fountain.
Did I do that? I don't recall.
Hey, look. We don't really care about the fountain. But there was a woman there. We're looking. The master is looking for her. Her name is Lady Morloff. Have you heard of her at all?
No, I don't know anybody who has such high station other than
She's not a real lady. We've gone through the real ladies of the city. Look,
the city's
Just-
full of real ladies. What are you talking
look.
about?
If you could just
I'm a real
ask
lady.
around. If you,
Am I not a real lady? Is there
looks you up and
something?
down and goes, "Woman, I don't know what you are, but
Okay, good. You're really starting to get me worried there.
look. If you hear her name anywhere or hear anything about her, if you could let us know. There's a reward in it.
Okay. So I need to keep my eyes and my ears open and out
Yes.
for
Yes.
Lady Dornock.
Lady Morlov. Morlov.
Morlov.
Morlov. I think.
Shoreloft.
He just kind of scowls and shakes his head, and then sort of hands you over a packet of mist dust. And then,
Thank you. I will keep my eyes out for ladies.
just he shuts the door. But yeah, Lynthia, I need you to roll me 2d6 and take the lowest, I think, because
5. I rolled a 6 and a 5.
okay. I was going to say, how much stress do you have
I
currently?
have 5 stress. That was real close to being real
Perfect.
bad. So
Yes. For those of you who are not aware, if you go over, it can have bad consequences. So you want to aim for just at or just below how much stress you've got. Okay, so yeah, relieved some of the stresses of your last busy job. Is there any? And have not yet got Chris killed. But is there anything else you would like to do with the rest of your downtime?
yes, I would like to talk to Amara, because she's not very nice to me, and I don't know why she won't be my friend.
Friends? I don't need friends. I need to find them.
Fine.
They killed me. And
Who?
you see this flickering form of Amara Kincaid, this ghost that is now, I think, haunting your tea shop basement, flickering back and forth. She's not always there, but she is often there. And
Amara, you have to calm down. It's important to calm down, or they're going to boot you out.
there's
Not
the
me.
lights, there's a little flicker, a few sparks flying. They killed me,
Who
and they took the eye.
who killed you?
I don't know their name. It was a man and a woman and a whole gang of them. Criminal scum.
Hey, Amara, that's not very nice. I represent that comment.
Look. The eye is dangerous. They took the eye. You needed.
But
Yes.
but we took the eye.
Wait, you killed me?
No, I didn't kill you, Amara. You seem very sweet. I wouldn't kill you.
I don't remember. Everything's so hazy. So... She sort of flickers off.
Aw.
So, but I mean, you have over the course of 2 weeks, perhaps many fragmented conversations with Amara. Is this part of some long-term project here, or what are you
Yes,
attempting to achieve?
I'm hoping to find out what Amara was doing before she was killed, because she told me she was a writer or something, a researcher. So since she was worried about the book that I was really interested in, I figure she can tell me some more about that book, or a book that's similar that I can go and research without necessarily like everybody freaking out.
Okay, so you can either sort of make this either like a study project to try and sort of find info on the books, or a sort of a command or a consort with Amara to try and get the information out of her.
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna say
wanted to
it's
get.
just only probably a 4. Getting the information out of Amara, I'd say, is probably a 4-tick clock.
Okay, that was probably the route I would take, because yes, if she's freaking out, I I've heard things, and I think I know why she's freaking out. But I want her to be my friend.
Okay, or a tune as well, of course. Basically, any of your suitable skill that you would like to use.
So, do I need to roll a tune then?
Yes, you need to roll whichever one you would like to use. We'll see.
Rolled 2 1s.
2 1s?
Yep.
So that's 1 tick out of 4. So you've started to make some progress on it, but she doesn't like you very much. And B, she is definitely getting less and less coherent as time goes by. Like you can see she's starting to sort of fray and fragment around the edges. Like ghosts don't often remain as like solidly themselves as you'd like for this purpose, but you're getting there slowly.
Perfect.
Just so you can add a clock for that. I'll add here and there we go. So yeah, you've got a few hints of information. You get the idea. Yeah, she was some form of researcher, and there you get sort of one clear sort of context or phrase out of her, which is the Morlan Hall of Unnatural Philosophy.
The Morlan?
Morlan Hall of Unnatural Philosophy. He says it several times.
Okay. Interesting.
But, yes. So, after having recharged, reinforced your basement, and worked on a few projects, gathered a little information, the Obsidian Syndicate is once again convened in the basement of Rigney's tea shop. You find yourselves sat there in this... I don't know what kind of decor you've got going in this room. I don't know how you decorate the place.
Honestly, since we haven't really invested much funding into decorating it, I would imagine it's fairly Spartan.
Yeah, really lit by... Oh, we're going for sparklight or candles here?
Let's go with Sparklight.
Yeah, this little sputtering sparklight that occasionally just...
And we have some
As the
candles
ghost
as
gets too
backup,
near.
just in case.
It's definitely getting flickerier since Lynthia invited a ghost to live in your basement.
Yeah, so we have some backup candles in case the lighting's too dim for reviewing documents and stuff.
Yeah. You
So,
are gathered.
yep, could I possibly roll to see if I was able to come up with any leads on jobs?
That was going to be my next question. Is what kind of has anyone been looking for leads? Is anyone
That
else
would be
looking for
Chris. She was
leads?
looking for leads.
Yeah.
There was something I wanted to do as well. I wanted to check in with my contact in the Blue Coats to see how things went with the Wraiths.
Okay. So, Chris, give me a roll for you're looking for leads. I'd say probably consort, but again, if you have any other things you deem appropriate. Arden, you were talking to Darmot, your blue coat contact.
Yep, that's the one.
And he would have let you know the situation is the Wraiths are still active, but most of the blame for what went down has been pinned on a woman called Vey, who has been arrested and was carted off to prison, yelling something about, this is all the Syndicate's fault, that bloody Syndicate, I will get them for it. Just you wait.
Okay.
But
Yeah, I just wanted to get an
Hixbrogan
idea.
is still around and is still in command of the remainder of the Wraith. They're a bit weakened, but they're still out there.
Yeah. I was just going to see, is there anything that the Bluecoats are concerned about that we could, if we hear anything about, let them know?
Oh, they're like, as in like local issues and.
If it's something we hear about that'll sort of put us in their favour,
Yeah.
just be nosy about stuff, basically.
Well, there's a. Have you heard of a woman called Lady Morloff?
Not quite the circles I move in anymore, but
Oh, I don't know, but there's a reward going around for anyone that knows anything about her.
I'll keep an eye out for her just in case. Who's
Other than
putting
that-
out the reward, by the way?
Oh, I think it's some lord over in Six Towers.
I don't tend to go that way
It's kind
myself.
of anonymous. But, there's some people from Char Hollow University are going around asking about some, kicking up a fuss about some researchers whose boat went missing somewhere near the night market a few weeks back. Well, a couple of weeks back.
No, that's strange. But definitely something.
Yeah.
We'll see what we can find and we'll keep an eye out. And if we hear anything, we'll go to the right people. Well, thanks for your help. That's definitely something.
No. I help you, you help me. This is a.
No problem at all. If you need any favours,
time
just
saved.
let us know and we'll see what we can do.
I will do, and just try not to, cause too much trouble.
Well, yeah. We don't.
Alright. So, Chris, what did you get on your roll?
Refresh my memory. So since I have 2 dots in consort, I roll 2 die.
Yes, if you're utilizing any of your contacts, you can have a bonus die.
Okay, but I roll 2 die, and then what do I do? Take the highest and
Take the
add,
highest.
and add the 2 consort to it, or just the highest?
No, just the highest. So you're just
Okay,
rolling
so
2
that's
die.
a 5.
Take whichever. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna say if you ever want to utilize a contact, they will give you a bonus die on this sort of thing.
Actually,
That's
you know
fine.
what? I would like to use a bonus die because I have Clyra,
Yes,
the
you do.
tavern owner that keeps her ears open for me too. So let me roll another one. Okay, and that one's a 4.
Okay,
So a 5 and a 4. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Looking for work again.
Of course, always.
Well, I've got a couple of jobs that might be up your street, but I don't know if they're quite your thing. There's a merchant that wants one of his rivals disappearing. I don't know if that's really your area.
Okay. What's the merchant's name?
His name is Clave. He didn't give a surname. I'm not sure that's his real name.
Okay. And where is he based out of?
He didn't give an address either. He just asked me to see if I could find anyone and asked.
I will talk to my associates. Not usually what we do, but perhaps. I'll review with them and then let you know so you can relay the message back if we're interested. Anything else?
Yeah, there's a young woman asking around. I think she wants something stealing off an ex-lover of hers or something. Courtesan over from Silkshore. She was asking about
A courtesan, you say?
thieves. Yes, Polonia. Her name is Polonia Vale.
And you said it was off an ex-lover?
Yeah, that's what she says.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I didn't inquire too much. That's just what she was saying.
Okay.
And,
So, storyteller real quick.
yes.
The neighborhoods of Duskfall, Silk Shore, is that fairly elite or not?
It is. It's possibly on a similar general very bit wealthier than Night Market, but
Okay.
it's not.
It's not like
It's
6 Towers.
It's not. Six Towers is like this rundown old. Was
Old
once
money.
wealthy and is now shabby and sort of crumbling. Silk Shore is a lot of artists, a lot of nightlife,
Okay.
a lot of
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate.
gambling, and it's where the wealthy will go to spend their leisure time.
Okay. Perfect. So, okay. Thank you. Let me offer these options to my associates.
Yeah, well, and if you need to get in touch with either, I can pass on.
Absolutely. I'll be in
Okay.
touch very soon. Thank you so much,
Alright.
Clara. Do you need
And,
anything of me?
Unless you've heard of this bloody Morlov woman, no.
I keep hearing this name. Who's looking for her?
You've got a glance around and goes, look, you didn't hear it from me, but I think it might be Lord Skurlock. I wouldn't want to be this woman if he catches her.
Oh, no. Oh, well, I certainly hope I don't run across her, the poor thing.
Gives a nod.
Yeah. Okay, well, no, I really haven't. But if I do, I will probably not tell her, and I'll just tell her to run.
Best.
Yeah. Anything else for you, dear? Because you are so helpful.
That's
That's
nothing
it.
else really at the moment. I'll let you
Okay.
know if there is.
Okay, thank you, dear. Have a good night.
And as you're turning to leave the Bard's Tears, you get a tap on the shoulder. And you see this rather large man with a shaven head, quite rough looking. Goes, hey, you're with them syndicate folks, aren't you?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Hicksbergen wants to talk.
I'm sorry, who is that?
Hicks wants to talk. Pass it along.
I'll see what I can do.
He'll be at the statue in the center of the night market. Third hour tonight.
Thank you. I'll see if I run into any of them.
He nods and scowls away.
Okay.
Are either Wireless or Lynthia looking for any leads or contacts before we pick back up again?
Now, Wireless is he's been training his dog Steve. He's training him to be a hunter also.
You know what? Let's make this a project. I don't know if this is command or sway or consort. I think a dog training project is just what's needed here.
Command. 4. 4 in a
Oh.
command roll.
For a command roll, that's not bad. You reckon you're about a third of the way through training this dog to be an especially good hunting dog.
All right.
Although, you notice as the more you're training it, little things just... Every time this dog gets near, like, cup falls off the table, the lights sputter a little, the door creaks a little louder. I mean, you're not sure this dog's cursed, but this dog might be cursed.
And as that happens, she's Wireless. He looks at the thing of whisper wine each time that happens. Looks back to the dog, the wine. Who knows?
And Lynthia, did you have any leads you wanted to chase up?
Yes, Lynthia's heard about the spirits flickering, and so she wants to verify her suspicion of what's going on with Amara. If
But
she
that would be
possibly
more of a
can.
study thing rather than.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, I was going to say, okay, that's fine. Lynthia doesn't need to do anything necessarily. She's just kind of hanging out. So,
Yes. Or if you wanted to draw on any of your contacts or look around for jobs or anything. Or...
I don't think so. No.
Alright, so the syndicate reconvenes once more. I mean, it's the same reconvening, just with more flashbacks.
Definitely.
Back in scene.
So we have some options. I was able to get some leads from my contacts. How have you guys done?
We should keep an eye out for a Mr. Doorknocker. Lord Skurlock is looking for him. Wait, that's not right.
Lady Morlov.
That one, yes.
Yeah, I'd heard something about that. And
Yeah, I'm
a strange lord was looking for her.
Yeah, I'm hearing all about that too.
I did hear one of the interesting things that the university is, or the academy, I think it's called, I can't remember now, are inquiring about some researchers that went missing. Their boat went missing on the canals near the night market.
How long ago?
I didn't actually check as such, but I'm just wondering if it ties in with
I think
Amara.
about 3 weeks back.
3 weeks back, thereabouts. But it ties in with Amara, I suspect, if she... I don't know. It's just a lot of strange things, but if I remember correctly, the Wraiths had attacked some people and nicked the relics that we reacquired off the Wraiths. So it could be the Wraiths that attacked the boat.
Amara
don't
was
know.
talking about people they killed her and took the book in the eye, and so that
Would the university accept her testimony?
Now that is a very good question.
I don't know. Amara is not doing very well right now, and so I don't know if she would be able to be helpful in that regard.
But I think we know her full name. We could inquire, I suppose. I think her full name was Amara Kincliffe or something along those lines. So we could always try and get in touch with these folks that are looking to find out what's happened with these researchers and put that name across and see if that rings any bells. It'll
We
help
could
us
do that. Hicks wants to talk to us tonight.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Who's Hicks?
Leader of the race.
Oh, right.
You
I'm
know, it's
guessing
real
not the
funny.
friendly
We could
chap.
ask them about a boat with researchers. And I'll know if he's lying.
Depends on the nature of this meeting.
Oh, I agree. I fully believe it's a trap.
So
Because
go armed.
he is right pissed.
So go armed.
Oh, absolutely. Granted, he wants to
Always.
he wants to have it at the statue in the middle of night market. So already we're having a problem.
Hmm.
It could be an ambush.
Do we know how many Wraiths are left? I have an idea.
There's probably at least a dozen of them still out there. They're a bigger gang than you.
Yeah.
But they are definitely weakened at the moment.
out of character, does the group know of Arden's connections to the Bluecoats?
Pardon? Is that something you would have shared with the group?
Yeah, I've pretty much, because of the setup last time when I happened to mention about the blue coats and just pointing them in the direction of the wraiths after we planted a little bit.
Perhaps we can get some of your friends, Arden, to just be present. To keep people in line. For a nice,
That's true.
peaceful conversation.
It's true. The only problem is the blue coats tend to like money.
I'm sure we can offer them something.
That's a good idea. If we've probably got enough to line our pockets just to happen to be there, just to make sure there's no trouble.
Exactly.
And if there is, well, that'll make things even more interesting.
Exactly. Maybe we'll eliminate a few more tonight.
Be a good idea too.
Okay. There's this merchant named Clave. Anybody heard of him?
Nope.
Haven't
No.
either. That bothers me because I know most merchants in the area. At least in passing. This guy wants his competition eliminated.
Do we know anything about this merchant? What they trade in?
Nothing. Don't even know where they base their trade in the city.
So we could end up just asking for a name.
My contact wasn't sure if that's the type of work we want to focus on. I can let her know if we are interested in that.
I don't think we've got the means at the moment to make people disappear
I agree.
without getting too much heat.
I agree.
So he wants his rivals to disappear.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. It's not the usual thing we do.
Right.
Not hard, but
It's not hard, but it can get very messy very quickly.
yeah.
There's also a courtesan in Silkshore that wants something stolen from her ex-lover. I'm thinking that one can be lucrative. Because, well, the elite visit the courtesans. They're not your common whores.
Do we know if there's any ghost involved?
Not that I'm aware of. It wasn't brought up.
Let's hope not. But
Okay.
at least we have Lynthia to help with the ghosts.
Lynthia kind of like points at one of the electrical bulb thingies, the ghost wire bulbs, and she's just like, ghosts are always involved. Wireless.
Yeah, that's why I got these. And he flicks like one of those like the ghost bullets, pretty much.
You're also prepared.
I think I'll remember not to be so close to the next one that explodes.
Well, at least we had
Underneath
some
it.
time to get some relaxation in, yes?
Definitely.
Good. So, I think for now we will pass on the hit job. Do you all agree?
Yeah. Sounds interesting, but not the best thing to do right now.
Mm-mm.
Too much heat. So,
And
yeah.
I think we definitely, I'll let do we agree that the courtesan job with the theft, that's more up our alley?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so too.
More
So,
potential for profit as well.
okay. I'll go back to my contact and let her know. So she can send word to the courtesan that we will take the job. We will discuss it with her. And I'll arrange for a meeting place for the contact to come and discuss it and negotiate terms of payment.
What do we do? What do we do about Hicks?
Arden, take some of our stash, line their pockets, make sure the blue coats are there.
Definitely.
Uh,
Okay,
What?
no problem.
What about the alleyway girl? Can she tell us what they're doing?
Absolutely. On my way to my contact, I will talk with her.
Okay.
There was one thing I wanted to do if everyone was okay with it. I'd say if we can get in touch with those researchers. I'm not sure whether we want to do it right now or wait till we've got the information.
Let's try to get some information. And then we go talk to people at the university.
Okay,
That way we have something in our pocket first. Makes us more valuable.
definitely.
Okay. So Chris is heading back to the Bard's Tears to let Clara know that you would like to set up a meeting with Polonia. And along the way, you're going to grab hold of, I think her name, she was going by with Marla, wasn't it?
Marla. Mm-hmm.
Definitely really called Marla, your
She definitely was. She's called Marla. Yes.
eyes and ears. you managed to sort of, that's when a prearranged like meeting spot,
Mm-hmm.
or like that she would check in with you.
Mm-hmm.
And what you want, boss?
What's going down tonight?
Tonight? Oh! Hicks?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but it's got them all riled up. I heard arguing earlier. It seems, some of the others are really annoyed about something Hicks is suggesting doing. But, all I heard was him saying that they're all bloody useless, and it's better to have half a score than no score at all.
Understood.
No more than that.
Understood. Thank you for that, Marla. And she
And she
slips her a
melts
little
off
bit of
into
money.
She melts off into the shadows.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then she'll head back.
Okay, so you head back. Meanwhile, Arden, you've slipped the equivalent of 1 coin, let's say, for the blue coats come expensive to get them to watch.
Yeah, it's just to make sure they're in the right area to make sure there's no fights.
Yeah, so yeah, blue coat patrol around the Market Central will be increased and actually paying attention.
Money pays.
When he pays. But, yeah, the time for the meeting ticks near. Is there anything else you'd like to do beforehand? Or shall we?
I believe we are definitely being set up. Marla informed me that we are having, that there were some arguments amongst the wraiths, that they didn't agree with what Hicks was trying to set up to happen tonight. So I'm thinking one of two things, either an ambush on us or he's going to distract us so they're going to try to steal their money back from our place here.
That's a point.
I need to talk to Hicks, so I need to be there. Because he cannot lie to me.
I can try keep an eye out up from the rooftops and suspect wireless might be better suited to that, actually.
Or I was thinking perhaps someone with some skill could stay here in case they break in.
That's true.
The dog
we
is
could take
for.
the coin with us.
That's what the dog is for. You can take the coin with us.
So they break in and find an empty chest.
You know what? That's actually a really good idea, Arden.
We haven't got a great deal at the moment, so
Mm-mm.
I mean, you have increased your defenses.
We have, but
it's so funny.
Then you just walk around carrying all your silver.
It's so funny because, I mentioned going to put like non-lethal ones on the outside. So the tea shop one, the idea is slumberweed. So it'll spray out the lock to hit basically whoever's picking the lock in the face. It's pretty much like a strong knockout drug. Basically, there's one already that exists which helps people sleep. It's just basically an enhanced version of that. So it's harmless, but it'll knock them out because it's only a tea shop after all. You don't expect to have anything dangerous there. But the one for our actual hideout is the one that Wireless has enhanced somewhat.
Yes.
It'd be just funny if they get in and find there's nothing in the chest.
Mm,
See what everyone wants.
you know, what do you two think? Wireless, Lynthia?
I like it. I think it's interesting. And Amara's here. She can hold down the basement.
The ghost and the dog.
Okay. Do we feel that that's appropriate?
Will your dog be okay? Well,
Oh,
what if they attack him?
It's Steve. He'll be fine.
Okay, so we leave the dog and Amara at the base, the newly upgraded secure base, and head to the center of the night market.
Are we leaving the
Okay.
coin as well?
Yes, we will leave the coin
Okay.
because we're not carrying all our silver with us. That's going to be noticeable.
Fair enough.
Okay. And are you all going to the meeting, or are you all attending the meeting? Is that the plan in the end?
I will be, but it might be best that I'm out of sight somewhere, possibly on a rooftop, more than likely, just trying
You're
to see
lurking.
about. Yes, that's what I do. And getting a look over the whole place rather than just to count numbers, see where everyone is, see if there's anyone trying to sneak up. That shouldn't be, that sort of thing. Just
Okay.
Wireless will ask, like, you want me on the roof or you want me heavily armed? How scary do you want me to be, or do you want me to be out of sight?
I want you armed and scary.
Can do.
bodyguarding.
Mm-hmm.
Can do.
I am going to do a disguise.
Okay. You look.
Yep, a new look. So that way I don't look like the one that the bald guy tapped on the shoulder.
Yeah. What kind of look are you going for, Harry? Old, young?
She's going to look, because what she looked earlier was older. She's going to look younger than Chris does. She basically, there's going to be some facial putty in the fine lines and, and covered up with makeup. She's going to look much younger. And the hair is going to be brunette instead of black. She's going to put on a wig she has.
And wealthy? Are you looking at one of the more wealthy patrons of the night market, or one of the more sort of street level people?
I would say more so street level. She's not going to look super wealthy tonight. Don't want to attract the attention of pickpockets and such.
And Wireless is looking tough and
Yeah,
dangerous.
he's got a couple guns, a couple blades, and a bandolier of like throwing knives.
I'm going
Right,
to do a
and
light
Lynthia.
load, and I'm going to include a cane sword with me.
Very snazzy.
Lynthia is going to basically just look the same. She's already cut her hair, so she already has her disguise. So,
Okay.
I don't know if there's any gear I want to take with me necessarily. So yeah.
You don't have to pre-declare that beforehand, anyway.
Okay.
See.
yeah.
I'll probably go a normal load, to be fair. Not, I've been going light, but my stress is still pretty high, so I'll stick with a normal load for a change.
Okay. So you head on over to the center of the night market, where there's this statue of this forgotten goddess that I think we tend to refer to as Lady Night, but no one's actually really sure if she was originally a goddess or is just a statue of a woman. It's an old statue, sort of dripping sort of black weed in places where the fountain it's set in has clogged up a bit. And waiting for you, sat on the edge of this fountain, is Hicks and two other members of his crew. So you recognize the bald guy who was there before, and a kind of short, skinny-looking guy. He kind of keeps looking around nervously, and you can see they're sort of scanning the crowd, looking out for people.
Mm-hmm. So Arden is going to be hidden, observing.
Yeah. I'm keeping an eye out to see if there's anyone with a rifle on the rooftops. That sort of
Not
thing.
that you can see. No, you can see there's this clear blue coat presence patrolling the area. But aside from the norm, there is some movement up on the roofs. This is Duskfall. You're not the only person who likes to lurk on a rooftop. You can't see anyone lurking in a particularly ominous way. Just averagely ominous. Yeah,
Just the normal everyday Duskfall.
Because of my ability Ghost Mind, do I see any supernatural anything kind of hanging around who I assume to be Hicks?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, and the night market is not particularly haunted, especially because it's quite a new area, and also because it's a very popular market area. They tend to try and get them dealt with as soon as possible because it puts off customers.
I just didn't know if he was still suffering some of the lingering effects of the
No, it's
whispering
been
line,
weeks.
so-
It has faded off.
Yeah, I just.
Yeah, so Hicks is there waiting as you approach.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
The three of us approach.
Wireless has this big scowl on, his probably chest puffed out some.
And opposite you is this tall, bald guy just scowls, puffs out his chest. Tries
His
to make
hand-
sure he looks taller than you.
He's got his hand. I have no idea how tall he is.
Shall you whip them out and compare? I can measure. Hicks,
Pulled up.
what do you want?
I want to talk.
Well, then talk.
Yes. Look. I know that you stole from us. I know that you got Vay locked up. But I know that you've been sniffing around the edge of my turf. But think that maybe wasting all time and effort on hostilities between us is not beneficial. I have a suggestion. Now, before you unceremoniously got half of my crew arrested, I was onto a very good lead for a very good job. How do you feel about subcontracting?
I don't know. See, some of the work your crew do is awful damn dirty. Like that job with the boat a few weeks back.
Hey, look. Sometimes you've got to break a few eggs.
And he's being honest.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Look. But,
What kind of
great thing about
cut are we
boats is Spirit
talking?
wardens can't get there very fast.
What kind of cut are we talking, Hicks?
Half for me, half for you. I'll provide the details. I'll provide a very necessary piece of the puzzle. And you provide the skilled manpower. You see, Vay was our best breaker and entering person, and I don't have her anymore. Or half of the rest of my talented people. Now, I've got plenty of muscle, he sort of nods at his companion.
And I look at his
I'm a
companion.
little short on the subtle department.
I look at his companion, I'm like, and I literally look him foot to head. Yeah, you definitely have muscle. And she gives a little wink. And she's like, She's looking around to see how closely the blue coats are patrolling. Are they within earshot?
They're not within earshot. They're definitely watching,
Okay.
because they've been paid to watch, but they're not
They're not eavesdropping.
listening. They
Right.
kind of know, they've been hired to provide
Security.
criminal surveillance security.
You know, if we're going to be doing all the brain power of this, and the sneaking, and the execution of it, beyond, and I look the muscle guy head to toe again, and beyond muscle, of course, I think we deserve 60%.
Fine. But no weaseling me out of my part.
I extend a hand to Hicks. I agree. And no weaseling us out of ours.
No. Now, normally, I'd suggest we go get a drink and talk this over, but there is no way that I'm ever having a drink with any of you.
Why not?
You got to give
What you
it to
pulled
me.
last
It
time.
was smart, yes.
Look, I try and steer well clear of all that ghost shit.
If you would like to go have a drink, I can promise you, you will not be spiked again.
I'm gonna give you here, like,
I am not lying.
either a sway or a consort, because
He's very distrustful.
he is very distrustful, and for good reason. You poison him with ghosts.
That is a 5.
Fine. But you're paying.
Absolutely.
Alright, so you
See, Wireless like is touching the shanky blade this whole time.
the other guy has like his one hand rested on his knife. Meanwhile, the nervous twitch looking at the other side, he's sort of
Oh,
eyeing up
okay.
like Chris and like, Lynthia is kind of looking.
So that whole time, Wireless is just kind of scowling at that second guy. We both like touch our handles. No, you know what? We each like
It's
touch
very
a new
intense.
weapon, new weapon, new weapon.
So you retire for a drink at a nearby establishment,
Mm-hmm.
and Hicks and his men watch very carefully as you order the drinks,
Of course.
as the drinks are brought over.
Make sure that I do not touch them.
And then Hicks reaches into his pocket and pulls out this. And Arden, if you would like to be here, you may. If you'd like to.
Absolutely. We would have signaled for you to come.
Yep, definitely.
And he picks up this heavy iron key and lays it on the table and goes, "This is the key to the Charter Hall University's vault, which, under normal circumstances, contains their, general, don't know what they even need money for, book budget. But very recently, they were endowed by a significant sum of money, which I believe is still in that vault. Now, one of my contacts helped us obtain this key. The key alone only gets you into the vault. Well, partly into the vault. I'll get to that in a minute. The building itself possibly has its own defenses, guards, sparkcraft tricks, locks, all manner of traps. But once you're in, this key will get you into the vault as long as you have the code that goes with it. This is a snazzy piece of sparkcraft they've figured out here. And you need the key and the code to get into the vault.
So you have the key. Where's the code?
That's the issue. I know who has the code. Some of the people that have the code. I just don't have the code itself, per se.
Who has the code?
Two of the senior scholars. A man named Milos Aaron, and a woman named Kandra Hage.
Okay.
Both of them senior academics at the university. She works on Sparkcraft, and I believe he is more in the line of the weird.
I appreciate that information.
I don't usually dabble with Charter Hall matters, but
It's just too tempting, isn't it? A vault
it's
full
just
of
too
riches.
tempting. This is a proper big score, and even the 40% I'd be taking
Is still significant.
is still significant.
Mm-hmm. I understand. Allow us to scope it out, of course. Assess. Because it's a big score. You don't want to rush in
No.
head first without proper planning. Agreed?
Agreed. Are you up for it, or do you need to discuss?
I look at my associates. I see nods. What is Lynthia doing? She's nodding. Okay.
Worth
I-
looking into.
I think we can look into this matter. And she puts her hand on the key.
40% is mine, remember?
Of course, 40% is yours.
It doesn't make us friends. It just makes us slightly less enemies. I'm still not forgiven you.
Oh, Hicks, I'm really not that bad. And she gives him a very charming smile. And she takes the
He
key.
just draws back his hand, eyes the four of you quite sort of warily. There.
Well, let's drink to that.
And I will take my drink.
He gives a toast
Mm-hmm.
to cooperation.
Absolutely. And after we finish our drink, I tell him we appreciate the opportunity to work with him again, as we have in the past. And hopefully this will be beneficial to us all.
Okay. So yeah, so you toast to a potential job together, and I think that might be a good point to take a break. Actually, I know it's still. Yeah, let's call. I think we should call that a break, and then we'll be back to hit with some research and preparation for
And planning.
Well, you've got two jobs on the go now.
I know! It's like, oh my gosh.
But yeah, we'll
We
pick
go.
up after the
Wireless
break.
raises his cup. Good gut punch ale.
Oh. And you all die horribly.
And we will be back, y'all. Bye-bye.
got a countdown and everything.
Yeah. And we are back.
And we're back. Hey, I like to bring the Ishval level of professionalism to everything I do. It's my trademark.
We are adultish here. Ish.
But yeah, we return. So, the Obsidian Syndicate has agreed to collaborate on a job with their possibly arch nemesis, the Wraiths. Arch nemesis. In stealing from the vault of the Charterhall University. They have a key. They do not have a code yet or information about how to get in the building. The question is, Syndicate, what are you doing here? Are you gathering information for the job, or do you have other plans?
I believe after we leave and we are ensured that the Wraiths have gone their way and we are going ours, I'm going to speak quietly and say I believe we should go to the university and talk to them about their missing researchers.
Yeah. They pretty much admitted it too.
Uh-huh. And also return a missing key.
We know where one of the missing researchers is.
It'd be interesting to see if it's the real key we were given.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah. Could you tell if he was lying about anything? About the code or the key or...
I would know instantly if he was lying to me.
It was all truthful as far as he knows.
Yep. As far as that idiot knows, it was the truth.
Well, I'm thinking this actual job is going to be too much heat, and I don't like the idea of the traps they're going to have.
And I don't like the idea of using his muscle, considering that Marla told me that his people didn't agree with this idea to begin with. They are going to take, if we did get in, they would basically stab us in the back and take everything.
Once we're out, we're probably jumpers.
Mm-hmm. It's a setup. Not necessarily that Hicks is setting us up, but his people will, because his people are smarter than him.
So we do a double cross before their double cross.
Exactly. Before he knows it's coming.
So, your plan is to go to the university.
Mm-hmm.
So, do you intend to meet anyone in particular at the university, or are you just, you're going to try and pull on any contacts to get a particular name, or just march up to the front desk? Or use any of the names that Hicks has given you?
Arden, you're the one that got this information that they were looking into this, right?
Yeah, I heard about the group. I'm trying to think now. It's a group looking for the researchers at Gomison. Did I get any info about who it was?
Yes, actually. The man who's looking for the researchers missing is a man named Milos Aaron.
Okay.
Actually, that's a strange coincidence.
That is a strange coincidence indeed. I believe Mr. Aaron needs to see us.
Who, Oh, yes. Mr. Aaron.
Yes.
And who might you be?
Chris Saval. Arden Keel. Wylis Savoy. And Lynthia Dalmore.
Alright, I'll add you to the visitor book.
Wireless is still like heavily armed also.
Oh, that's fine.
He looks you down and goes,
We have information he is seeking. And we wish to be of assistance to the university.
wait here. He disappears off in the back. You hear some whispered exchange words, and he returns again. He goes, follow that corridor down, and you will find Mr. Aaron in his department. It's the Moreland Hall down there.
Thank you. And we head that way.
You
Whilst we're
some
heading
sort
that way, I'm just going to have a look around. Is anything valuable just lying around?
of- not on display, no. So you're sort of walking through like corridors of essentially like the public accessible area of university. You've got big long corridors. You've got a few sort of paintings of like official university things, not necessarily valuable paintings, just your standard
Just
officious-
portraits and stuff.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking of taking anything, of course. I was just
Evaluating.
old habits.
Yeah, so there's brass plaques on doors giving people's names. At the end of the corridor, a sign saying the Moreland Hall. And
We enter.
you, as you
Or
enter,
knock.
the other way, you see a group of about 24 students like leave the room as you enter, like trooping along with books, talking to each other. You have to like
Dodge
Yes,
around
big-
them.
sort of dodge around them as you're heading against their flow. And then as you enter the hall, there's a bunch of officers and a very well-dressed man with sort of salt and pepper hair and a very neatly trimmed goatee going on. Who's something that's, well, you're not my students.
No, sir, we are not. You are Mr. Aaron?
Yes.
Understand
Professor
you.
Aaron.
Professor Aaron, I apologize. Professor Aaron, it is a pleasure to make your acquaintance. I am Chris Saval, and these are my associates, Arden Keel, Wylis Savoy, and Lenthea Dalmore. We are the Obsidian Syndicate from Night Market.
Can't say I've heard of you. Are you a research group?
We do some research. We do some investigation. And, well, we always like to help others with difficult problems.
Charity. Always good.
Mm-hmm. Understand you are looking into some missing researchers. Perhaps a boat incident?
Oh, yes. You know something about that? He sort of looks over you appraisingly again and goes, because if you had anything to do with that, I am afraid I will have to give your names to the Inquisitors.
I can assure you we had absolutely nothing to do with that. But we know who did.
Oh, good. I lost some very good people.
Who all did you lose?
3 of my researchers. Arco, Amara, and Marion.
Well, I am very sorry for
Sad
your
day.
losses.
You know what happened to them? Are they dead? Have they been kidnapped? Are they?
They were murdered, and the items they had in their possession were stolen
Oh,
by the Wraiths.
they found something then.
Yes, they did.
Do you know what they found?
They found a stone called the Demon Eye, and they found a book.
Right.
Those items were sold, well, the Demon Eye was sold to Lord Skurlock by the Wraiths. One of their more ambitious members decided to steal it back to turn a double profit. She is now locked away.
And the eye?
From what I understand,
Who has the eye?
she was able to sell it off
Is it
before she was
outright?
arrested.
Damn.
But those are your culprits. The leader, just a moment, I need to get his last name. Hicks Brogan told me this evening that they did it.
What, just to your face?
Mhm.
What kind of bastard kills people and goes around telling people about it?
He's a moron.
Well, would you be willing to go to the authorities with this to sign a statement?
An
Or-
affidavit? Absolutely. And also, he wanted to requisition us to try to steal from your vault, and I put the key on the table.
You sort of you see his eyes go wide as he sees the key.
You know, those criminals really should be
Bastard!
taken off the street.
Yeah, the things that people do. Killing innocent researchers and stealing from venerable institutions. Unbelievable.
I agree. As we have been remarkably helpful to you and your problems,
Oh, yes.
I would like to make a suggestion on compensation for our efforts in this. My associate Lynthia here is a bit of a researcher, really. And I think she would benefit with the ability to study.
As a student? He sort of looks Lynthia up and down and goes, well, the topics I teach are a little niche. Not everyone has such an interest in, mostly,
Occult matters?
Teletology and demonology and,
Oh, trust me, she has interests.
Yes.
well, I'll see what I can do.
And of course, the
Coin.
obsidian.
I can pay you.
We would appreciate that, of course. We will not refuse generosity. But do keep us in mind if you have further issues that you need assistance with.
Yes, I will. You don't have any worry about handling arcane artifacts, do you?
Not at all. That can be arranged.
And, how do you feel about ghosts?
We can deal with that as well. It is not always the most pleasant, but it can be dealt with.
Right, I see. Well, yes. How can I get in touch with you?
And I let him know that he can
Ah.
request a certain tea at this tea shop.
I do like a nice cup of tea.
The tea
So-
there is excellent.
Yes. Well, I can arrange to have Miss Delmore here. Given access to our institution, if she wishes. And, let's see. Sort of heads into his office, rummages around, and counts out a coin and says, here. And, forgive me for the lack of trust, but once we've dealt with signing official papers for the authorities, the same again. And he hands you, for now, the equivalent of about 1 coin's worth.
Okay. And absolutely, I am more than willing to sign anything. Would you like for me to do it here, where you witness?
Yes, and he sort of goes through, like, paperwork, gathers someone else in to, like, nod and seal and
Okay. And
Deal with the
I will
legal-
give
Okay.
my attestation again so that it can be written, and I will sign it.
okay, and he hands you over and sort of the equivalent of another lot of coin.
Mm-hmm.
And Finn nods and goes, yeah, I might be in touch soon. I think I have a small matter that I could possibly do with a little help with, but I just...
And of course, I am
dig into it
certain
first.
that you are a very busy individual being a professor here at this prestigious university. If you have an assistant or perhaps a senior student that you trust, you can always send a message through them as well.
Yes. I have some friends who might have use for people with your set of talents.
Excellent.
Yes.
Well,
You sort of-
Professor Aaron,
Well-
it was a pleasure making your acquaintance and being of assistance to you.
And yours. He gives you a little on a bow and sort of shows you out of the university.
Hmm.
Okay, so you've got the race into yet more trouble. You've got a little coin on the side, and you have arranged a meeting with Polonia Vale,
Yes, we have.
who is the courtesan. Would you have arranged to meet her at the tea shop or at a secondary location?
I think
Perhaps somewhere closer to where she works.
somewhere closer to where she works, probably in Silkshore.
Okay, so you head on over to Silkshore, and they've got a lovely park over there. They've got this beautiful landscaped park where the nobility likes to ride, or people like to take a bit of air. You could perhaps meet in the park, or in their equivalent of like a tea shop or a pub.
I think we would meet her in a pub. Harder to hear conversation in a place like that.
Yeah, so you've arranged a meeting at the Three-Legged Crow. It's an establishment. It's just the right side. Like, it's not completely seedy, but it's not fine enough that people would raise an eyebrow to the four of you. As the mismatched company that you are. As you head inside, and you see seated at the arranged table is a woman. She's probably in her 30s, with this dark red hair, currently sort of pulled back into a fairly simple braid, and she's dressed rather plainly, but it's expensive. And just from the glint of like the jewels in her, you can tell that she's probably dressing down today. This is not her normal style, and she doesn't look completely like comfortable in this surrounding.
I would say that on the way there, Chris would have asked Arden to take point on this, since he is our lurk,
Sneak.
our sneak, our thief. Yes.
Yeah.
So he would take point on this, and Chris would basically step back and just kind of observe the conversation for any potential social cues that give away anything.
Okay, so Arden, as you take the seat, you can see closer to the jewels that glint in her ears are very definitely paste. Like, these are not expensive, but they're very sparkly.
Evening?
Evening. Are you
Yes.
Claris people? Claris friends?
We are.
Right. Yeah, I don't. This is the first time I've ever really had need to hire your sorts.
We're good
Thankfully,
sorts.
I've had people try to steal things from me before, but never had to hire in the crew. But
We're very good at what we do.
good. Well,
So,
I want. No, I'm saying this wrong. I need you to break into a house and steal some shit.
that's okay.
And first of all, there was a man. His name's Clave Strangford, and I was very good to him, and he was going to be, and it was working very well. And he'd made promises, not marriage, obviously. I'm not that stupid. But he'd made promises. I was promised a house. I was promised a fair income, and then all of a sudden, takes back the jewels, he takes back the carriage, and turfed me out of my house. Now that is just not done, not without warning, not like that. And you don't take a woman's jewels. The deal was I got to keep the jewels, whatever happened. He took everything, even the jewels, kicked me out, and left me to go back to earning my own way, which I thought I was past at this point. But,
What jewels are we talking about?
well, there's a lovely ruby ring I'd particularly after, but, and an emerald necklace. Those I want back. Okay? You promised me those. I want those. Otherwise, I don't care what you do with the rest. Take anything you can get your hands on of his.
Anything
I
which
don't know.
isn't nailed down.
Anything that's not nailed down. Burn it, steal it, wreck it.
You're not happy with him. I'm getting that
I'm not
impression.
happy with him. No, I'm not happy with him.
What can you actually tell us about this person? What
He's the
sort of-
younger son of the Strangford family, but slimy git. But he paid well. And
Is there anything we know about that name? Is it a well-known name in this city?
yes, the Strangfords are a fairly sort of well-established family. They sort of keep a manor on an island that's fairly well defended. So it's not impossible to get into, but the Strangford main manor itself is
Yeah, it'll be.
sort of on the edge of he's. Yes, what?
I'm guessing this won't be the main manor house. Is it somewhere else he's got?
He's up in Brightstone. He's got a fancy place up there. But his father doesn't keep him around the main house anymore, but he set up his own place, make his money in Leviathan hunting or trading. I don't know. He liked to talk about it a lot, but he didn't like to say very much.
Do you have any idea of any special security measures he might have in place that we should know about?
He's
Like ghosts, for example?
who would keep ghosts as a security
I
measure?
know.
No, he's got some hired guards, dogs, good locks on the doors. He upgraded his security recently. Said it'd be a
That's-
nasty surprise for any thieves trying to break in through the windows. But yeah, there's a big fence around the place, guards at the doors, guard dogs.
Sounds
Everything's
good
locked up
enough.
pretty tight.
But what does everyone think?
I think we can do it.
Agreed?
Of course we can.
Do the dogs like treats?
I didn't like to get too near them. They were big slobbery mutts with too many teeth.
Oh.
But I presume they like treats. Most dogs do, They keep
Are
how
the
you tame a
dogs like,
hound.
yeah, are the dogs like loose in the grounds, or are they with guards being patrolled around? Do you know?
They tend to. There's two of them, two big dogs loose in the grounds. They bit a guard's leg once, I remember, because
Yeah.
Clave kicked up an awful fuss about it.
Yeah, a bit dangerous having them loose around, but at least it means there won't be a guard with them. So, yeah,
I would
definitely
tell you more, but
interesting.
mostly he kept me in my own place here in Silkstraw. He paid for the place, and
what you've told us will certainly be a great help.
Anyway.
So,
I only went up to his a few times.
Does he stay at his home often? Or is he gone often?
Most of the time he stays there. Sometimes he goes to visit his father's manor or goes out to review his shipping operations and stuff like that. But it's his main place that he lives, yeah.
Okay, I
The
appreciate
sort of place he hosts parties.
Yes. Both the nice sort and the sort I get invited to.
What sort do you get invited to?
Well, let's just say the alcohol is a lot stronger. The women are a lot prettier. And
Probably
there's
more
more
lively.
gambling. There's a lot more life to them. But the high society folks, not all of them like to attend that sort of affair. Well, actually, not telling a lie, most of them do. They just don't like all to be seen at that sort of affair.
So, yeah, it looks like this is a new job for us.
Absolutely. Thank you. And now we need to negotiate pay. We recover
Pay?
your two pieces of jewelry.
You get the rest.
Of course we do.
Anything you can get your hands on.
Of course we do. When you hire a crew, though, there is always a retainer fee.
Well, I have to pay you to... You're going to get stuff out of this. You get anything you can get.
Chris doesn't budge.
Look, I'm going to be honest. I don't have that much. Not
You've
right
never
now. I'm kind of, between jobs.
You've never done this before, have you?
No.
Hmm.
Look,
Understand that
I've
doing
got a
an
couple of nice
undertaking...
dresses.
That would be adequate payment.
All right.
We'll
Where
wait
do you
here.
want
Go
them?
collect them.
She sort of flounces out.
You're always best with sorting out the pay.
Yeah. Because, no. And when she comes back, I will inform her that there is a level of preparation and planning required that also has to be compensated, not just the loot.
Right. And she returns
With
sometime
dresses.
later and flings down like these 3 rather nice dresses.
Good. I will take them and say, perfect. Just understand that when you hire a crew for jobs such as these, there is a level of planning, preparation, and general work up front that does need to be compensated.
I've never really had to do this before.
I understand, but
I
you are
hope
you
never
are
have to do
working
this
with a
again.
professional organization in this. We will get the job done, and you will get what you are looking for.
Right. So, what happens now? Do I just
You will await us notifying you when the job is completed, so that we can meet up and give you what you are looking for.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. And so a deal is made.
Mhm.
And, yes. Well, before we, kick off this score, what any kind of reconnaissance people want to do?
Oh, yes.
Is there
what do
any?
you-
Or dive in.
Yeah, Chris is going to scour around her social circles to hear if there's any parties happening soon.
Okay. So,
And working on possibly getting an invite. Or
okay,
a
maybe,
few.
maybe I think that would probably be, well, I'd say consort, but if you say anything else, then I would be happy to go for that. Wireless, if you...
Oh, sorry.
This is not at the island manor, right? This is at the other house.
No,
Mhm.
yeah, this is just
Okay.
And Brightstone.
Then
Brightstone.
Wireless is going to do like perimeter search, more or less know where it is, try and find all the entrances if possible.
And when Wireless is doing that, when Lynthia would like to tag along because she wants to see if her ghost key maybe has some more good luck in it.
Oh.
So
Okay. So that would, I think, probably in a tune or a survey from Lynthia. And I'd probably either a survey or a hunt. I'm from Wireless, but as I said, if you name a skill you think is suitable,
Hunt works well.
and Arden.
Or
Well, as you may have guessed, I shall sneak.
Okay,
I'm
what are
going
you
to
trying to?
I'm basically going to go around like the nearby rooftops around this house and see if there's count enemy guards, suss out the defenses, see if it's true about the guard dogs, check out the fence, just basically do a perimeter check around the place.
Okay, so possibly survey or another one if you.
Yeah,
better
well,
ones to
I was
suggest.
just going to try and use prowl if possible because that's my best one.
Yeah, I'll let yeah.
And
Yeah,
our
I'll let you
focus
go
was
for
to stay
prowl.
unhidden and lap around the place.
Okay. So, Chris, what was your best dice on consort?
Sorry, that was 6.
Okay. So, you find out that he is indeed forgot his name. One sec there.
That was
Clay
Clay
Strangford.
Strangford. Mm-hmm.
Yes, is indeed hosting a get together in a couple of days to not quite a civilized get together. This one promises jugglers and gambling, and he wants to introduce his circle of friends and their circles of friends to his beautiful new mistress.
Fantastic. As I'm
The house will
speaking,
be very busy then.
yes, and as I'm speaking, I'm like, is this invite only?
You can it's the kind of event you can definitely would be able to obtain an invite for, either as a member of the entertainment or as probably more likely as entertainment than as one of his circle of friends, because he doesn't know you, but he's inviting
I
enough other
think she would
people.
work on getting entertainment invites at least, basically to get 4 for a troupe type. But
Okay.
we'll see how many we actually need when it comes down to it.
So you can obtain 4 invitations as some form of entertainment should you wish it.
Okay.
Wireless, what did you get for your best roll?
my best was 4.
Okay, so you sort of looking around at doors and entrances, you can see there's, for the estate as a whole, there's like a gate up front for guests and a tradesman's entrance around the back in terms of in the perimeter fence.
Okay.
The house itself has several doors on the ground floor and many, many windows, including a couple of like windows of like entrances that appear to lead up onto the roof.
Oh, okay.
Attic entrances. But from the distance, like without taking the risk of actually trying to climb over the wall and get into the estate, you can't really get a good look at how well locked these doors and windows are.
All right. Should Wireless do that?
You can take a risk and try and sneak and get to like a closer scouting if you wish.
You know what? Sure.
Okay. Alright, give us another. Well, whichever role you deem would be. What kind of approach are you taking here? What action are you doing?
Well, do I have to sneak, or is this or can I still use like hunt or survey?
It depends how you want to do this. If you want to try and be like prowl around, be sneaky, that's prowling. If you want to, like, I'd say this would be prowl or survey probably, but
Okay.
there's enough flex in these things. If you...
Oh, one dice.
Oh, yes, a 6.
Okay, so yeah, you slip
One die roll.
closer.
Yeah, that was
You-
prowl.
Okay, so you prowl, sort of slip closer into the building, past one of these big, rather aggressive-looking dogs that's lurking in the shadows. And sort of slipping out, you can see that there's a couple of servants' entrances at the back. They are not locked because the servants coming and going into sort of kitchens and work areas at the back. There's a couple of locked side doors leading out into a rather scroddy bit of garden. Like, it's not well maintained. This is like dead trees and dead bushes, and there's this fountain that is entirely sort of choked up with algae. And then there is a front door, which you can see there's got a guard standing outside it. Which you reckon is the main entrance to the house.
Right.
A couple of windows you can sort of get close to on the ground floor definitely look to be locked.
They look to be locked. Okay.
These little fancy like spark tech devices clipped to them.
They look like they're easy to break if need be.
The windows, I mean, you could smash them. You'd likely draw attention, but yeah, they definitely look like they could be broken.
Good to know. All right, and then guess that's it for wireless right now.
Okay, Lynthia, what did you get as your best?
A 3.
Okay, so sort of looking at a house, sort of reaching out into the ghost field. This place, it's not the heavy sort of haunted area like the Dimmer Sisters' house, where you can sort of feel this ghostly energy pervading, like seeped into the building. It's also not that weird dead zone you got around Lord Skurlock's manor. There's definitely the ghost feel is present here, but there's no particular doors or like weird entranceways. And Arden, what is your best roll here on?
It was a 5.
Okay, so you were sort of scouting out with the dogs and the guards, and
I've got a shadow cloak, I believe, which gives an increased effect for prowl.
okay, yeah, slipping around in the shadows, sort of peering over walls, scouting out. You see, there are probably about 6 guards, but they're in shifts of 2, so there's only ever 2 guards at a time.
Are they,
Plus the 2.
are they patrolling or standing still?
They're pretty much standing still. The guards, there's one at the gate, one at the door, and the rest is sort of almost left to these big dogs. In the back door, you see a few regular servants coming and going. There's a couple of sort of footmen who seem to be in charge of like bringing things in and out, fetching goods in, stocking up. There seems to be a lot of bottles moving into the house. And you see, it seems that a lot of the servants probably live in-house. You don't really see them leaving sort of at the end of the day.
Do the servants have like a standard uniform, or are they all sort of different?
The ones you see a couple that are very sort of smartly dressed in like almost like livery, and then a couple that are like just dressed in rough tradesman's clothes. You probably
Fair
see
mix.
about 2 footmen and 2 other labourers and a couple of maids that you will have seen coming in and out. Whether there's more that haven't managed to get a break from work, you're not sure.
Yeah. I wouldn't have been able. Well, I wasn't getting out close, to be fair, so I wouldn't have noticed anything about the locks.
No, but when Wireless would be able to
Yeah.
report to you when you convene to plan your approach, or at least
Sounds good.
declare your approach. So,
That's good.
what are we going for? Is this going to be more of a stealth infiltration in the shadows, or a party, like slipping into a party, or just a brutal smash and grab? What kind of approach are we going for here, guys?
Well, as we gather back together, I can liquidate the dresses and purchase things we need for this job if need be. I do have invitations for all 4 of us, but we do not have to use all of them, of course, as entertainment for this party that he is having. I personally have some tricks up my sleeve to pull off his entertainment.
I can juggle. If that's any good.
Okay. However, if your entertainment, eyes are on you.
What is that?
Do we wish to all go in as an entertainment troupe, or do we wish to have some of us go in as an entertainment troupe while others sneak in?
Probably some of us. Distraction.
I favor
Arden.
the sneaking.
You favor the
Sounds-
sneak-in? Yep.
Oh.
I think that a divide and conquer strategy would be best. Those who are better at sneaking, do sneaking. Those who are better at distraction, do distraction.
Arden, there's lots of interesting ways in this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, the back had a bunch of servants' entrances. None of them were locked.
Yeah. I'm going to stay away from the windows because we were warned about those. There's no point making anything more dangerous than we need to.
I checked. The windows are definitely locked.
The best option for me would be just go through the servants' entrance pretending to be a servant, helping them bring stuff in. But
How many servants did they have? Were there lots of them?
I think there's probably about half a dozen that I noticed. 2 maids, 2 footmen, probably a couple of labourers, but it wouldn't surprise me if they've got a cook and a few other bits there, so probably just over half a dozen as a guess.
If it's only half a dozen, he may know them all by name.
But would he bother? Other than the footmen and those well-dressed?
I don't know. I know of the family, but I don't know of him personally. I don't know his proclivities other than enjoying a good time.
True.
I
Uh-oh, did we lose Raven?
Oh.
ways in, so I was not helpful in that regard.
That's okay. Tell me, Lynthia, what do you think you would be best at? Sneaking in as a servant or being part of the distraction?
Probably a distraction. Yes.
What are you capable of, dear?
If someone in the audience is has maybe their I don't know, there's sometimes you can get lucky and like the spirits, the like Amara, if they're there, you can kind of like ask them stuff about people, and so it looks like you're fortune telling.
Oh, that is brilliant.
Or you can also just make stuff up. So
Yeah, no, that's
But-
brilliant. Okay, so a fortune teller, and I can do some tricks with cards.
Wireless is gonna pretty much pick up his throwing knives. Well, decent shot with these. Can do some knife tricks to these dumb nobles.
You know what? That works too. So 3 of us will go in as an entertainment troupe, and then Arden, you will sneak in as a servant. Do you need me to get you any costuming for this?
Depends on the type of servant, whether I go as a well-dressed one or just a labourer. Once I'm in, I could probably sneak around without anyone seeing me, but probably do with a few bits.
Okay. So I will gather up the dresses and go to the market.
Okay, so you liquidate the dresses and acquire the sort of assets needed for like costuming.
For costuming for all of us, for the entertainment troupe and servant.
Yeah,
Okay.
disguise.
Our
So
disguises.
the plan is for you 3 to go in as part of the entertainment and for Arden to slip in as a servant.
Mhm.
And I think in which case, what is everyone's load for this score? In terms of you.
I'll have to go with a light load, so look completely inconspicuous.
Mhm.
Sounds like a good start, yes.
I will also go with a light load. I am taking just my italicized items. I will take a fine disguise kit.
Yeah, and you don't need to declare the other things yet.
Okay.
So with the light load, you've got 3 items, and when you need a thing,
I state what I have.
you say,
Okay.
yeah, you state what you have. So it's like, I used the pistol I brought with me.
Mm-hmm.
But
No problem.
once you've got those 3 ticked off, that's what you brought with you.
Yep.
And some things are worth like 2 dots, things like armor or
Yeah.
a large weapon.
Right.
Because they're a lot harder to inconspicuously carry in. Anything in italics doesn't count.
Okay.
Okay, so is everyone going with a light load then today?
My dog is in italics.
Yes, yes, your dog. Your dog is free. Your dog goes with you. Okay, so in which case, let's make the engagement roll for this this score. It's been so long since I've done this. So let's see. Would you call this a Yes.
I was just going to ask, because we've got informants as well, does that add anything to the engagement roll, or?
It would if it was sort of an area they could inform on.
Fair enough. So that's
I'd say
not
that
in
this
case.
is I'd say in this case this is perhaps not something that
That's
she
okay.
has.
I just thought I'd check anyhow, just in case. Every little bit helps.
Okay. Oh yeah, no. So let's see. Would you say this plan is bold or daring?
Absolutely.
Oh, yes.
Would you say it is overly complex?
I would say so.
Yeah.
Okay, so those 2 balance each other out. Let's see. Have you got any enemies or rivals involved? Any friends or contact? I'm saying this is going to be just 1d6 here, based on a variety of conflicting factors here. You've got a bold plan to get in, but you're hitting straight at the heart of someone else's like defenses with their allies in play. So, one of you to roll me a d6, please. Let's see how fortunate you are going into this.
Who do you want to roll it?
Okay.
Eeny, meeny.
I got it.
Wireless. He's got the dog.
A5.
Okay. So,
It's my good dice.
I know. I have a good one too that's been rolling hot for me. So I'm like, you know what?
You're starting in a risky position, but not a desperate position. So, it's dangerous, but it was always going to be dangerous.
Right.
What's the fun in this if there's another little danger involved? So, 3 of you enter in the front, along with a bunch of this jugglers and fire breathers and other entertainers sort of arriving in for the night's entertainment. Would you like to arrive before or after the guests have started arriving? Do you want to top up entertainment or be there during the prep?
I think the entertainers would arrive a little bit early before the guests so that they could be in place, ready to entertain guests.
Yeah, so as you arrive, there's currently entertainers setting up at various points around the house. Servants hurrying around at the last minute, setting up tables, stacking up bottles and glasses. And striding through the midst of this, shouting directions, is a young man with an excessively large moustache. Seems to be... No, left! Move it over there! God, you don't put a table there! It's going to block access to the stairs, fool. You mind where you're going with that. That is valuable. He sort of strides on upstairs.
And I'm going to note what he said was valuable.
It was a rather nice-looking vase.
Okay.
Vase.
That's fine.
Honestly. And here, as he's running upstairs, Zamira, are you ready yet? As he sort of carries on directing affairs. But meanwhile, Arden, you slip in through the back with some of the servants going hither and thither, and as you make your way in, one guy at the door sort of turns and goes, "Sorry, who are you?"
I've just been hired as extra help for the party to help get the stuff in. And out of character, I'm just checking the names that are standard for this city for the moment. Because
Who's that Clave? It's become my new Dave, and don't draw conclusions for every character that I've given the same name to. Another Clave.
Yep.
I'm going to ask. I think I'm going to ask for some sort of roll here to see.
Yeah, it's probably going to be something I'm bad at.
So, I'd say this is sway, but I will. Yeah.
Be like a bullshit trait. That's
I think that's a sway.
Yeah, sway is basically your
sway.
bullshit
Someone
trait.
with charm, logic, deception, disguise, or bluff.
Yeah. So
we've probably disguised as well slightly, but that probably won't make any bonuses to us. So I suspect I have 0 in that.
Oh, here you are disguised, and it is. No, I'm going to give you a bonus die for the fact you've put effort into building a disguise here. So that's one d6.
One
here.
dice.
Yes.
I mean, what could possibly go wrong? And
a 6.
A 6. Because...
Nice.
Oh.
This
yeah.
is the one I've been rolling all night.
All right. Well, got to check. There's all sorts of dodgy folks out. Might be trying to get in. And he hands you a large crate of bottles and says, "Take that through."
Yep, I'll just
And
take
wave
that
you on
through
in.
and mix and mingle with the other servants, helping them hustle about.
Right. Meanwhile, back towards the entertainment side of things, a young woman sort of comes striding up to. Are the 3 of you hang out together, or are you separate?
I would imagine we were separated, different tables for the different tricks or different setups for our different tricks.
Okay. In which case, I'm gonna. Goes wandering over to Wireless and goes, What's your entertainment for this evening? Are you?
me. I am
Are you downstairs or upstairs?
Okay, out of character, does he know, like, what it would...
You said
Upstairs
you were
down.
going to do throwing knives?
Yeah. Yeah, so, like, where would he...
You don't really know the layout of
Okay.
their party, so...
Alright. So I am the wolf, and I take out a throwing knife. I take
downstairs.
these.
I hope.
I put apples or fruit on people's heads, and I knock them off.
She points over to Arden. Find this man some fruit.
Yes,
Straight
more
away,
fruit.
I'll run off and grab some fruit
Yeah.
and
She looks
bring
at
some
you,
back.
kind of like, God, all thoughts. But yeah, well, essentially, after some time, guests start to pile in, and my general question is, what are you actually doing here? Like, how do you plan? How is this going ahead? Because the guests will start arriving, so you can either act before or after the guests start piling in. But the number of people in this house sort of starts to build as people arrive for the party.
Absolutely. What Chris is doing, she is set up at a table with other seats around. If someone is inclined to join her, they can. And she is shuffling a deck of trick cards.
Okay, so she's just acting as a card tricks.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so you're doing card tricks. Wireless is doing knife throwing. Lynthia is telling
Fortune telling.
fortunes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so as the party kicks up, the music's playing, people are watching the entertainment, strolling around arm in arm. There's sort of a mixture of sort of well-dressed nobles and merchants and sort of courtesans and entertainers from the Silk Shore and the night market. And yeah, the house is bustling, like
What?
music and food and wine, and as the evening plays onwards.
Wireless is gonna try and put on a good show, like be a little more boisterous than he normally is. Like every time a knife is thrown, he goes like, "Yeah, yeah." Hopefully, I don't take anybody's head off, but trying to attract more attention to the knife throwing.
Okay, you're gathering a little crowd around you. Roll me 1d6 here. Let's make this a fortune roll. So, good luck or bad luck here on.
Oh, okay. Where's this one? I rolled good on this one. 4. Okay.
Okay, this crowd is gathering up around you. They're definitely paying a lot of attention. But in amongst them, you recognize a face. You can't quite place her at once, and then you recognize her as the woman who was with Lord Skurlock at his party. The one that got sort of sidelined by Lady Morlov. And she's paying a good deal of attention to your knife throwing, and you think that Arden maybe named her at some point as Rosalind?
Okay.
But she kind of looks at you, and you see this flicker of recognition for a moment, like, Like she's perhaps seen you before somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, the party is playing onwards. Lynthia, are you playing your part, or are you intending to do any theft?
Lynthia is kind of wandering around, looking to see if she sees anybody with like spirits attached to them, and if not, sometimes she kind of just stops and like makes a comment to somebody like, you're gonna have, next week, make sure you buy more of that, what you're thinking about buying or something. So, generic stuff like that to get them to kind of, or like be careful of the paper boy kind of comments to people, so that they're like, oh, she's, so.
Okay, I guess give me a consort or a sway here. I'd say this would be. Let's see. Let's see how.
Now everyone is disguised.
Yep. I was gonna say Lynthia has like a really fancy spirit mask on,
Oh yeah, yeah.
so that
it
she's
definitely
not.
look the part. Yeah, so you can have a bonus die on this. You can have.
I rolled a 5 and a 1.
Okay, so with a 5, you sort of people go, oh yes, yes, and then this woman will sort of grab you and goes, so I have a good deal of money that my grandfather left me. I need to invest, and I don't know whether I should invest it in the Leviathan Hunters or whether I should invest it in that new hound racing they're building over in the night market. What do you see? What should be my investment here?
Lynthia grabs onto her shoulders. She can't see Lynthia's face because of the mask, but the mask is intently looking into her face, as it were. Be wary of the Leviathan. That's what I'm hearing.
Okay, right. Hound racing. I'll invest in Keen's hound racing. That's the answer. It's
Yes.
promised great returns.
Oh, it should do fabulously.
Yes, yes. Good. This seems very solid advice. My mother always said, always speak to a fortune teller before making any major life decisions.
Oh, your grandmother was very wise. It's important to know that you are secure in your choices because, yes, that's what we are here for. We have been given these gifts so that we can help others have better lives.
Yes, yes. She sort of nods along and perhaps calls over a few friends to ask for advice on things. And yeah, you're all gaining some attention. Arden, what are you doing?
Just are the guests in one area? Or are they basically throughout the whole house?
They're sort of roaming around through the house. So there's more downstairs than upstairs, but
There's guests upstairs as well.
a few, yes.
Well, pretty much what I'll be doing is topping up people's drinks, that sort of thing. So I'll be travelling as much as I can to see all the different parts of the house where there's guests and having a look around to see if there's that necklace we're meant to be keeping an eye on and that ruby ring and seeing what else there is. And I'm avoiding that
Okay.
rustling.
Oh yeah, you definitely you see over near
recognise
one.
her, and
You're like, yep, she's there. Okay. So you're looking particularly for the ring and the necklace, and I'm going to ask for possibly a survey for looking around for other things, as you see how well
Survey? I
how
have
well you
that.
can scout this house.
No problem.
Fair.
A 4.
Okay, so you aren't able. So in your sort of guise of survey, every time you sort of get towards certain the bedrooms and sort of the upstairs of the house, someone keeps giving you a job to do. Someone keeps telling you to carry something, take something back to the kitchens. It's being a servant is most annoying. But you do, on your route around the house, you do see there's several very expensive looking vases out, some lovely looking ornaments that you just slip so nicely into a bag.
Are they small enough to be carried or inconspicuous?
Some of them are. Yeah, you could definitely. Some of them are definitely inconspicuous enough.
I'll just make a note of that for
So
now.
it'd be definitely risky with all these eyes around, but
Yeah,
yes. And then you catch sight of the necklace and the ring, and
On the
they are
mistress.
currently being displayed on this beautiful young woman with this long, flowing, dark hair, this deep red gown. It clashes a little with the emerald necklace. That was a poor color choice. In fact, the necklace really does not suit her. But she's very proudly displaying this large emerald on a necklace as she sort of walks hand in hand with the mustached man you saw earlier.
no sign of a ruby ring yet, though.
Oh, that's glinting on her finger.
Of course it would be.
That's they stride through the party.
Whilst I'm wandering about and pouring drinks, I'll see if I can let the rest of the syndicate know discreetly, like whisper to them as I'm topping up a drink or whatever they happen to have handy there or nearby. I'll just let them know about the jewels we've spotted. I've spotted.
Yeah, you can pass this message on. You definitely.
Just-
It's enough noise and stuff that you can.
Yeah. Nobody will take any notice of a servant going around pouring drinks.
He's just a servant. Yes.
I will say this night that Chris is actually a redhead. She modeled her look after the former mistress, but not exactly. She's prettier. So she's basically doing card tricks and being able to pick the cards that people pick, like basically magic tricks with cards is what
Yeah.
she's doing.
There's some very, very impressed guests. So yeah, Arden passes the message on, and each of you would see as the mistress is sort of paraded past you, the glint of your target jewels around her neck, right on her finger.
As she walks past Lynthia, even if Lynthia is talking to somebody, if she kind of catches the look of it, she's going to stop, and she's just going to point, and she's going to yell, "There's a crack in this Barrett Veil here!" And I'm going to point at that lady.
And
She carries cursed objects.
the music sort of jolts to a halt, and people turn to stare.
Oh no.
And
My lady, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my lady. I can see them.
I should not move my chair back. There is a thing in the way.
Oh no. There's. Sir, you must step away from her.
What are you? Get away from her. What are you on about, woman?
I can see them. The tendrils. They're so black. Oh no. They've already worked their way through her.
Okay, I'm going to ask for sheer thing. I'm going to offer you a bonus on this, but I do feel this is still some sort of sway.
Oh boy.
I don't think you've got anything in, so that'll be one dice. One die.
Come on, baby. 4.
Okay, so he kind of looks between you and he goes, "Get out of here! I don't need you talking that nonsense." He looks she looks very worried, right? She's looking down at this emerald like, And he goes, there's a hub of guests drawn, and he goes, "I don't know what you think you see, but just
You have cursed this young woman. The spirits do not lie." And Lynthia is going to kind of try and start backing away, like she doesn't want to be too close to it either.
Hey, just Zamira, give me the necklace. It's fine. And he sort of takes the necklace and tucks it away into his pocket. It's Zamira, darling, let's get it. It's fine.
You cursed
God,
yourself now in her place.
Someone show that woman out.
You can shut me up, but you've cursed yourself now, sir.
He definitely looks worried. He's kind of like looking around, trying to sort of save face.
If Lynthia is being like escorted out, she's gonna
God's
be like, avoid him. He has the curse of the black. The tentacles, they ride through him now too.
Good. The hell of a policy. And as you're sort of being ushered towards one of the side doors, you can try and like evade being ushered out if you wish.
No, Lynthia is just like
She's gonna
putting
go.
on the show. She's just like, she doesn't. She's like, I don't want to be here. I cannot bear this curse either. And she's like trying to,
Samira looks quite pale in there. Clave, where did you get this from? You sure it's alright? She's the real deal, you know. Arma was talking early. She made some really sound financial suggestions. Maybe.
I've got a strange idea, which is maybe a bit risky.
I
I'm
have
guessing-
one too.
Yeah, me too.
Lymphia's not out yet. Is there a chance I could pickpocket, take the necklace and the ring, and pass it to Lynthia as she's escorted out with them?
Yes, you may certainly try.
Because
I will step up I will grab from, I'm sure there are staff around with trays of drinks and stuff. I'm going to step up, I'm going to excuse myself from my table, and I am going to grab 2 drinks to take them over to those 2 to calm their nerves and be a
Okay.
distraction.
Okay, so you're sort of trying to provide some assistance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And we have synchronizations when we work
that's right,
together
yes.
as a team.
Yes. I think this is finally going to come in.
And Wireless was gonna try and like as kind of everyone stops and talks, he's gonna like, hey, what a party, and like throw a piece of fruit up in the air and toss a knife into it, trying to get everybody's like
Attention away from
diverted
those 2.
away.
Make it easier to do.
Mhm.
Yep.
I'd like a roll from each of you then. Let's see how this pans out. I'm gonna go
Does our
for
disguises
Chris
also help
first.
with this?
Not for this. This
Okay.
is really based on either
We just all roll and then
whatever
best.
you deem was your suitable skill for this, or for what you're attempting to do here.
Mine
We
is
can
going to be
always-
sway.
And then,
We could always
Then-
push
then-
ourselves for extra
Yes.
dice, can we?
Yeah, that's what
yes,
I'm
I'm
doing.
gonna ask for these 2 first, and then this will going to affect what happens with Arden.
I'm gonna push myself. I'm gonna do skirmish to make it even like a showier toss.
Okay, so spend some stress on that.
Yep. Actually, yeah, I'll throw 2 pieces of fruit up. That's what.
Extra fruit.
4 and 4. I got double 4.
Okay, so, but you're spending some stress to increase the effect. Okay, let's see. Let me.
Chris,
What I
for Chris,
do.
I rolled a 6
Okay,
on
let's say
sway.
between the 2 of you, you've drawn a good deal of attention with some showy knife tricks.
And
let's
I'm
say it's a
distracting them
sort
with
of-
drinks to calm their nerves.
Yeah, they've got drinks to calm their nerves. Other guests are looking over these showy knife tricks, especially as one of them manages to, as the knife goes up, hits the fruit, comes circling down, and unfortunately the second knife, you weren't quite keeping such a good watch on, clips that very nice vase that you saw earlier, and you see it go fall over, and you see us like Clave like turns around in panic, like drink in hand, to stare at this vase as it crashes down onto the tiles. And with all this going on, Arden, I'm going to give you a bonus die here on the, I think possibly finesse here.
It is, which I've got a bit in that, to be fair. So we shall see how that
an
goes.
extra one for.
So that's 3. And I've rolled 2 6s and a 1.
Okay. So.
Ooh, synchronization.
So yeah,
I think
so that's a
always
6.
is, yeah. We've
So
got
I've
a
got
6
a-
and a 6, so that does count as.
So that was 3
Would
6s
I-
so far that we've rolled.
But out of mine, it would only count as 1
Yes, yeah.
6 because I choose the highest. So
Yeah, you choose the highest. But so you're going for, but I say yeah, you've got necklace and ring because it was on her finger and in his pocket.
it was,
and
and I'm close
they're
to
both
both.
very distracted. So you've
I'm trying to pass them over to Lynthia as she's been shown out.
okay. So I'm going to be mean and ask for one more finesse roll here. In this risky position, just can you pass this off on to Lynthia?
And I got 4. And a 3, so 4.
Okay, so you slip this into Lynthia's pocket. But as you do so, as you slip this successfully into Lynthia's pocket, no one seems the wiser. As you look up, you meet a pair of eyes staring directly at you. And you hear a woman's voice go, Arden! What are you doing here?
This is what I'm doing.
Rosalind stares. So she doesn't even pay any attention to Lynthia, who's now been escorted out, but she is focused on you as she goes striding towards you. And
Okay.
various chaos going on as Clave's going towards this shattered vase.
As the chaos is unfolding, is there any chance I can slip away quickly somewhere else?
I'm trying to dodge through this crowd.
Yeah, just shit. Going.
Rosalind's sort of like trying to follow you out.
Yes.
So
So,
I'm gonna say one last roll on whatever you deem as appropriate, slipping away from an enraged ex at a chaotic
to
party.
be fair, I would have gone with Prowl possibly or Finesse because I'm just
Go
seeing
for
which
it.
relates to movement, but I've got the same dice
Yeah,
roll in each.
I'd say either.
A 4 and a 5.
All right, so as you sort of duck and weave to avoid Rosalind, you perhaps draw a little more attention to yourself in leaving than you would have done if you weren't being pursued by Rosalind. But you manage to slip away from her and make your exit. So,
I'm just thinking, I've basically just slipped out of sight of her. So I'm still in the building. I'm just trying to keep out of her line of sight and out of her vision. And seeing if there's anything, well, ideally I'm going to see if there's anything else we can take.
I mean, so essentially, if you want to palm a couple of ornaments on your way out, that you can do. If you want to try and head back into the party, I'm saying this is going to be possibly definitely
a desperate one because she's looking for me there.
Because you've got someone who's deliberately looking for you. So I think this is going to be a desperate action to try and get back in and back through.
Well, what I'd try to do, if possible, because she's going to be looking for me downstairs anyhow, where the main party was, and I may try and slip upstairs because that's where jewellery is more likely to be kept in jewellery boxes and that sort of thing in bedrooms. And that's what I'll try and do is... There's probably likely 2 staircases to get upstairs, thinking of like these sort of houses anyhow. There'll be like a servant's one near the back of the house and the one to the front, so... Yeah,
okay, I think that,
you get the idea. I'm going up.
Prowl. So, try and slip through. Or else
Quite can and leave the servant entrance.
This is happening, but give me that roll and mark it up for as a desperate action.
No advantages or anything like that.
No.
See.
No. No disadvantages either.
But there's no devil's bargain or anything like that possible.
Oh, you can take a devil's bargain, so you can. Oh, you perhaps have sort of. I'm trying to think what you could. Perhaps you, rather than going through the inside of the house, you you slip out and like go partly up the outside of a bit further. And then back in through one of the upstairs windows and take on the way some harm from, like, this reckless scurrying action and traps. Or perhaps you have to drop some...
I'll probably give that a miss, to be fair.
Or create some kind of enemy with someone else who's here. But...
Yeah. I'll probably give a miss to the devil's bargain. It sounds a bit more trouble than I was hoping for. If I push myself, that gives me 2 stresses for 1 dice.
2 stress for 1 dice.
I'll go for that because this is quite important to get out. So I shall do that then. So that puts me up to 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 stress. I think.
Arden lives life very stressed.
Yes, he does.
Yes.
He's a
Yes, he
stressed
does.
man.
He is a very tense individual.
On the bright side, next time I de-stress, there's no chance of me going over.
No.
No?
That's. Ooh, which one was I going to roll? Was it prowl or finesse?
It's just one
Roll
more,
again.
one more d6 for the...
Yeah, it's the same number of dice anyway, so. 6, 5, and 4.
Okay, so you sort of slip past, head on up. You don't reckon you've got very long. Like, this party seems to have be closing down now. Like, Clave is sufficiently pissed off at curses and broken vases that he's sort of sending everyone home. So you only sort of get a chance to slip into a couple of the rooms before you can either only tip into a couple of the rooms or take a very more risky path by lingering longer.
I'll only go a couple of rooms, I think.
So you manage to perhaps grab a few like valuable items, a couple of bits of coin and perhaps some jewelry and other bits and bobs that people have lying around that you can
Anything
easily
that's
carry
easy
out.
enough to carry out.
Okay, whilst all this housebreaking is going on, Chris and Wireless, having successfully seeded chaos into this affair.
Chris seeded no chaos. She helped calm their
I'm
nerves.
sorry. As Chris is seeding calm
That's
and wine and
Wireless.
wine, there's Clave going, that was my grandmother's.
Wireless gives a big bow. He says, and after that, I shall take my leave.
No.
I will. Thank you
I'm
very
not
much.
hiring you. I'm not hiring you again.
Wireless turns everyone else. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And then Wireless will walking out. He's still doing these little they look like crap bows because he has no idea how to bow, but he's bowing.
And Chris is still standing near them. I'm like, well, after everyone leaves, we can always relieve some stress together.
Oh, make me a consort or a sway. You're trying to replace the new mistress with a new mistress?
Oh, no, I'm talking both of them.
Yes. Well, in which case, yeah, give me a sway or a consort here.
Yeah, that's 2 6s.
Which is what we call a critical success.
Yes, it is.
And so, as Wireless is sort of being herded out and told he will not get hired again, as Arden fills his pockets and slips out into the night, and as Lynthia, curses successfully delivered, leaves with the jewels. Chris ascends the staircase to the upstairs party. And I think that would be an excellent point to A, fade to black,
Absolutely.
and B, I think I'll call that a conclusion of tonight's adventures. This is glorious chaos. I was like, I'm not sure where they're going with this party plan. I'm like, I was like,
It just makes itself
It's
up.
going to be chaos every time we show up at a party.
it's going to be a big
fair.
sign at all.
Lynthia hadn't done anything crazy so far. So
No, she was
I was
great.
like, it's time to ramp it up. There's no
Perfect.
fountains in sight. So
But you
what's
got the
next?
jewels.
There is a fountain outside.
That is.
No, it was primo. It was primo chaos. It was great.
There's going to be a sign at every party now, and just while going, do not invite these individuals.
But we can disguise ourselves and look like different people.
Every time.
Those glorious party thieves. Yes. I mean,
We've got a
as
pattern
many
going.
Yes. So you have come away with with what Polonia asks for. Whether you give it to Polonia or not is up to you. And
For
you've
next
also
time.
Yes, you have also come away with probably only 2 coin from this job.
Yeah, this one wasn't, but we got leads at the university for better paying jobs.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes. So this one, yeah, you got 2 coin, and I will work on. I need to double check the reputation and everything section. I'm still figuring out all the contents of this book, but I think we've probably not getting a lot in reputation, but in terms of experience, I think this might be enough to net the syndicate
Advancement.
an upgrade.
Mhm.
Yeah, an upgrade in terms of things for your crew.
Hmm.
So we can talk that over in the gap before
Absolutely.
we return. We've got plenty of time.
Yep.
We now offer
But,
entertainment services.
Yes, we do.
And say yes,
Of all sorts.
thievery and party planning. Your every wish satisfied.
Every wish.
Every week.
Cards. But yes, and we will. Well, the Obsidian Syndicate shall return.
We will actually announce that in Discord. We have a chat room for discussing this game. It is called the Tea Room, based on the fact that they run out of the basement of a tea shop. So we have the Tea Room in our Discord, and you can come and chat with us there about this session this time, and we will announce in there when we will be streaming this again. We do this during times where Tis has breaks in between her ongoing games on Saturdays, and so we will be back when she has another break, I imagine. And then coming up, we have some streams, which I will get to those in a minute. What I first would like to say is thank you all for joining us. We have really enjoyed playing this, and we hope you've enjoyed the chaos and fun that we've been having playing this as well. Do check out our friends. Our friends have great content here on Twitch. Really want them to, get some love from us. Tell them we sent you. And I see that everyone's spamming the friends command in chat. If you enjoy the content you saw today, give us a follow here on Twitch. If you are so inclined to give us a subscribe on Twitch here, you can actually subscribe for free to one channel on Twitch if you have Amazon Prime. So you might want to consider giving us your Prime subscription for our content if you are so inclined. If you do give donations or bits during our streams, those go to the players. It does not go to me. I am Mama McStabber. I am married to McStabber Studios in chat. So he has to buy my stuff. Everyone else gets bits and donations, including Tis and everyone here. So if you enjoyed it, buy him a coffee. Also,
Turn on coffee.
yeah, coffee, tea, whatever is your inclination, whatever your preferred hot beverage or possibly lunch is, go for it.
A punch ale.
Some whisper wine and gunpowder. I mean, we do have some McStabber Studios merch in a Zazzle shop. You can check out that link in chat. We also have our YouTube channels. I believe they've already scrolled through in chat, so if somebody can post that link again. If you would like to see our back content, we have channels for McStabber Studios, which are Shanky run games, also games that are one-shots, and those things are on the McStabber Studios channels. We have one for Haunted Chronicles, which is our Tuesday night stream. It's set with the Chronicles of Darkness system. We also have one for Ishvel, which is Tiss's D&D 5e game that normally streams on Saturdays at this time. So coming up over the next week, we have, I'm thinking what day it is, tomorrow, 5 p.m. Eastern, Windy City After Dark, Chicago by Night, Vampire the Masquerade V5, Season 2, Episode 2. You really don't want to miss it. There is some crazy shit that goes on during the grand opening of the Coteries Club that y'all just don't want to miss. So be there 5 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for Vampire. And then on Monday, Tam Shu is running Stuffed on the Onyx Path Twitch at 8 p.m. Eastern. We will be hosting it here on McStabber Studios channel. So if you end up clicking through to our channel at around 8 p.m., you will be able to do one click to go straight to the Onyx Path and watch it live there while they stream. Also, that is uploaded to the Haunted Chronicles YouTube weekly on Mondays. So a week after it airs, it is posted in case you missed it on Onyx Path. On Tuesday nights, I believe... What day? Okay, yes. So Tuesday, it will be Haunted Chronicles with Tam Shu again. He is a busy guy running lots of games. So we have that at 8 p.m. Eastern with the cohort of people just getting into all kinds of crazy stuff and time travel, and it's just insane and it's awesome, and y'all need to tune in. And Ravinia is part of it, and she's there for the cult stuff, so, you know, it's all good. So you want to tune in.
Love our cults.
I know, right?
Cults. I'm also here for the cults.
That's at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. On Wednesday night, we have our Wraith the Oblivion Life Derailed. It is a 20th anniversary edition Wraith game. Oh my God. Last week's episode was more about the dangers that Wraiths potentially face with their shadows and with their fetters, the people and things that are important to them. This week, coming up, you're going to see how passions can drive some very dangerous shit in Wraiths. And you are going to see just how dangerous Wraiths are. They are capable of doing things that vampires, werewolves, mages wish they could do. So you don't want to miss that. That's Wednesday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And then is Ishvel back yet, or are we still on break the first Saturday?
Ishvel will return the week after next. So
Okay,
a fortnight from now.
Okay, so we do not have a Saturday stream at this time scheduled for next week. So that will be a day off. So that is our schedule. So it's going to be Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this coming week that we have streams. And our weekday streams are always at 8 p.m. Eastern. So thank you so much for joining us. And do join us in Discord if you would like to chat after the game. And we will see you soon.